sync socials. I'm not seeing, total is cool. Total views is cool also. I definitely have more than that. Maybe in the past 7 days, no. But I made a video yesterday with 1,300 views, so I don't know. And new views, 0? That doesn't make any sense. What's up, y'all? So in this video, I actually tried to make something with Claude Code, and I thought it would be possible. In fact, you can see I was very confident in the beginning, and it ended up not working because APIs weren't good enough. I tried to connect Upwork, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram into this one dashboard where I can see all of my stats for all platforms at once. But pretty much all platforms had some kind of limitation, making this integration not possible the way that I want to do it. There could be other more tricky ways to do this, like browser automations, taking screenshots of each platform, but I'm just not wanting to get into that kind of headache. So in my case, we could just say it's effectively not possible. I'm going to show the video anyway, just so you have an understanding of how this works. And yeah, hope you like it. All right, what up, y'all? It's Simon again. Straighten up this camera real quick. Today, my goal is very simple. Can I build a KPI performance dashboard with Claude Code? I haven't tried this before. My guess is that yes, I can, because everything I've tried to build so far with Claude Code has worked. I don't even know exactly what my metrics that I want to measure are with KPI. What that means is a key performance indicator. Just different metrics that you can track to see how well your business or whatever you're doing project is doing. So I'm actually going to share my screen now, and I'm going to start by outlining what I actually want to have tracked. So one thing is Upwork applications, because I do this pretty much every day, 5 to 10 applications, at least for now. I'm not sure that's going to be a permanent thing, but I do track that, and I want to check a couple things. First of all, how many apps I actually sent. I also want to track how many apps viewed, and I want to track how many replies. I also want to track how many clients I get from there. There's a couple other things to track, but I think that's enough for now. This is only going to work, and everything else is only going to work if there's an API. And that might change my prediction, of course, which is that it'll work out. Of course, Upwork might have an API, even that it needs an API for my own personal stats. I'm not sure it has that, so we'll see. But that's one thing I want tracked right here. Another thing is social media stats. So specifically, I mean, we can actually break this up into YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, because those are the 3 platforms I'm working with right now. So I might just do that. It might be easier to see it that way. So YouTube stats. And the stats I want to see are new subs, how many new subs. I want to see how many new views. And of course, for all of these, I want to give it a period of time, whether that's a week, or I want to be able to adjust past 30 days, past month, past week, past 2 weeks, past 2 days. I want to be able to have a customized way to adjust. I think that's it for YouTube for now. I can always add to that later. And then of course, we'll do the same for TikTok and Instagram. So this is how many new followers, just say new views, or even just to put it even more simple. How do I zoom out? There we go. I can just say Instagram, and then views, followers. I think that's basically it. I also have cold email that I'm playing around with right now. But I just want to start with this. I think this would be really cool to set up. And then if I want to add in the cold email later, then I can do that later. Yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm going to go right into Claude Code and meet you there. All right, so here we are. I made a new folder here, and I set on bypass permissions like usual. So I also need to open up my Whisperflow app, which is this really cool app that you can just dictate exactly what you want and speak it in to the prompt box. And that just makes it all more vibey, right? That's like what the vibe coding, whole thing with vibe coding is just vibe. That's why it was called that. You can vibe, you can talk to it. You can just talk to it like it's a person. So I have all these metrics I want to do. I also, like I said, I want to be able to track by day, week, month, etc. So we'll do all this. And I'm just going to go off the top and see what Claude does. I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect. Hey Claude, so brand new project here for you. I want to make a KPI performance dashboard of how my outreach is doing, how my outreach efforts are doing for getting automation gigs. For now, I just want to do Upwork and my socials. So that includes YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. For Upwork, what I want to track is how many applications I sent, how many applications were viewed, how many replies I got, and how many clients I closed. For YouTube, I want to see how many new subscribers I have and new views. For TikTok, followers and views, and Instagram, followers and views as well. I also want this dashboard to be able to change its view based on the past day, the past week, the past month, and a custom range to give me the best viewability of all the stats that I currently have. I think that's it. I don't have anything else at the top of my mind, but feel free to make any suggestions as to how we can build this. I want this to be really cool and something that can help me out as I'm checking out my stats doing outreach. And there we go, just like that. Speaking to it like normal, and we're going to see exactly what it does. We're going to have to wait here until it comes up with some answers. So let's just wait. Okay, so it's started getting into it. It already suggested a tech stack, a data approach. So for Upwork, it'll log incremental entries. I'm wondering how it's going to actually get the data though. It's going to suggest conversion rates, trend arrows for each KPI, which is fine, an entry log, so you can see and edit post data entries. And it's not doing real API integrations. So Upwork doesn't have that, understandable. I'll have to do that manually. TikTok's is heavily restricted. So essentially they're going to have me manually do YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, which kind of sucks. I don't want to put in manual views for social media platforms. So I'm going to ask it once it's done here about that. All right, so it's done its first draft here. One thing I completely forgot to do is to give it the claude.md file. So I'll just attach one that I have from another project here. And I'm going to tell it, hey, I actually completely forgot to give you this claude.md file. Please upload it into the directory and then update the project to reflect any of the instructions, guidelines from the claude.md file. In the meantime, it looks like it's actually done with the initial build. So I'm going to go ahead and open this in our local host. See how it looks. So this is the dashboard it made. As you can see, it has, okay, interesting. So we just add in total views manually here, which again is cool, I guess, but I want to be able to do things automatically, not have to log it manually. But let's say, for example, I log in today's, which is 0, 0, 0, and 0, because that's true. So it gives us all this stuff. It's kind of pretty. It's very AI looking, but that's kind of how it works. And that's today. Interesting. So I guess it'll show us here and here and here and here, but also there's a big gap here. So there's a couple of issues here, but we're going to start first by going back to Claude and seeing what it's doing. Okay, so it's uploaded the claude.md file. Now I want to try and see if it can connect the social medias and submit info automatically, because I'd rather not have to do all that stuff manually. I can just go to each page and look at that point. There's no reason, and I'm going to have to look at them if I want to input this data. So let's just ask it a question. Okay, so I can accept Upwork not having the proper API. I can do that manually, but for TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, I'd really, really like for that to be automatic. There's no point for me to put it all in one dashboard because I'm going to have to look at each page every day anyway to log this stuff. So please connect those three to this dashboard and give me any instructions you might need. So let's just see what it does now. All right, so it just finished that, and apparently I need to do a couple things here to connect everything. By the way, that took like 5 to 10 minutes. It took a really long time. So I was sitting here waiting, doing nothing. It says TikTok will take the longest. So we'll do TikTok first, then Instagram, and then YouTube. So here we are on TikTok. This is the developer platform, and it says that we need to go to create an app. But I'm not really seeing where that is, so maybe we just get started first. See how that works. Log in with your TikTok developer account. So we need to sign up for a developer account. I'm going to put in my email here. And then I'm going to get a code there. Got my code, so I'll post it in there. And it's going to ask for a password. I'll make one really quickly. All right, with that, I'm in. I'm going to go to the developer portal and click Manage Apps because I think what we want to do is connect an app. It says in the instructions to create app, but I'm just going to click Connect. It's probably the same thing. The ownership in this case is, I guess, organization, and we can't make one. So it's really an individual item. I'm just going to do that instead. This will be called, I guess we'll call this just my company's name, app type other. We'll see what it can do. We can always make a new one afterwards if I really want to. And we got some client key and client secret, which I guess I'll have to share with my Claude. Also says to define scopes here. So we need to add, let's see, there's only 3. Wow. User info basic is not here, but that's, I guess, stats. And also video list. Okay, so we added both of those. And we're gonna save, and we have to wait also. Interesting. So it's gonna be explain how it works. Just get TikTok stats for my KPI dashboard for my own TikTok account. Upload at least 1 demo video. What? Too complicated. All this stuff? I have to do all this? Forget TikTok. We're not doing TikTok. Okay, we're going to skip over to Instagram instead. And for this, we're going to have to go to the facebook.com. Oh, also our account must be a business or creator. I think I have a creator account. That's going to work. So yeah, let's do that. We have to go to create app. I guess get started is the first thing. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Just go ahead and do that. It will ask you to verify with your email. So put in your email. That was a personal email, so I'm not going to show that one. And then what's the best description of me? I'm an owner and founder kind of person. So that's the best description for me. Complete registration. Then we're in. So the next step, according to Claude, is to create an app. All right, once you get that create an app page, you'll be taken to this page here. The app name is just going to be my business name. The app contact is my business email. Use cases. Let's see what it says. Content management. I'm not seeing here. Others. All. I'm not seeing any sort of Instagram. Manage messaging and content. Yeah, it's probably this one. So we go ahead with that and click next. Which business portfolio do you want to connect to this app? No business is available. We'll create a new one. This one is just my business, my name, my contact. We'll create this portfolio here. So we need to start verification for this. I'm actually going to let this go for now. I don't really want to do this right now. My brain's just not working great. So we're going to click Variant AI right there. No requirements identified. Okay. It's all set up. So we're going to create the app. And I'll enter my password real quick. Okay, we're in. Now I'm not exactly sure what we need to do here. Oh, interesting. I think we had to add my Instagram account as a tester. I'm not sure how to do that from here, so I'm just going to screenshot this and send it to Claude. Hey, so TikTok was a bit too complicated. Ended up skipping that one. But for Instagram, I'm here and I didn't see where to add my account as a tester. How can I do that? Okay, let's see what Claude says. Also, the context is getting quite large because it took so long to do all this. I might compact it after this prompt, but I still want to be able to see the YouTube one, which is the easiest one, very easy to do. Okay, so it says to do it from here, and I'll just follow along on the main page. It says in the left sidebar, go to app roles, then roles. Then I can go to Instagram testers. I'm not sure where Instagram testers is. Instagram testers, there we go. And we'll click add people. We're going to, I guess, add a tester. And then, oh, Instagram tester. And we'll do Simon Baton AI. That's my Instagram. There we go. We're going to add that. And it's pending. They can do so in apps and websites section of their profile. So I tried finding it in the account, couldn't find it. So what am I going to do? Same thing. I'm just going to screenshot this and ask Claude how I'm going to find this. So actually we just go here to my page. We click on the settings, apps and websites, tester invites, and then accept. And that's it. Okay, so once you get to this page, below you're going to see generate access tokens. There's a user ID, which I'm not going to share, and then you can generate a token. Those two things you want to give back to Claude. And when you get to this page, just give it access to everything. All right, next is enabling the YouTube API. For this one, we're going to go to, well, we already have a project already, so I'm here. And then we're going to enable the YouTube API by going to APIs and services. This actually should be pretty easy because we did this the other day. Find the YouTube, I guess, analytics API, YouTube data API, v3, enable. And waiting for it. There we go. It's been enabled. Now we're going to get credentials for this service. I actually already have one, so I'm going to copy and paste it. If you don't have one, then just make one yourself here. You also need to get your channel ID. So go to YouTube. So yeah, once you go to YouTube, there's some secret info that I don't want to show you in my settings, but you go to settings, and then once you're in settings, there'll be a left-hand tab. Click advanced settings on the bottom, and you'll get to where you need to be to find your channel ID. Actually, YouTube requested an API key this time, so I'm going to go ahead and create a new credential, API key. And then as for restrictions, well, we'll just call this YouTube stats. Apps that can be accessed. I guess just YouTube data API v3. And that's it. No restrictions. We're going to create that. I'm going to get it. And I'm not going to show it to you guys, of course, because it's a hidden thing. All right, so I've put all that data into Claude and it's working. So we can actually see the dashboard itself. I'm going to ask it to do that. Please open up the dashboard for me. And then we'll see how it looks. Okay, I'm not seeing anything for here. Sync socials. I'm not seeing, total is cool. Total views, that's cool also. I definitely have more than that. Maybe in the past 7 days, no. But I made a video yesterday with 1,300 views, so I don't know. And new views, 0? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so obviously these stats aren't exactly correct here. I'm going to have to go ahead and show it some counter examples. I'm also going to go ahead and clear the combo because it's getting kind of big. So I've just added picture examples of my YouTube stats, my Instagram stats, and what the dashboard is showing. And I'm going to explain to it that it's not matching up. Hey, so image number 1 is my YouTube stats, an example of one short I made yesterday, which had 1,300 views. The dashboard only says that I have 900 in the past 7 days total. The second image shows the video I made yesterday for Instagram, 100 views, and the dashboard says 0. So why is this happening? So allow all. I forgot to do bypass permissions there. Now we have to do yes for everything for this session, sure. That's why you don't want to forget bypass permissions. So do that. Okay, so it doesn't seem to remember, since I cleared the context, that it had a sync version. So let me tell it that. Hey, so you don't seem to remember this because we cleared your context, but we actually added a feature that syncs the real-time data from YouTube and Instagram. So that's why I'm asking here. Why isn't that synced data showing up? And let's have it take a look. Okay, so it says for YouTube that it kind of makes sense because the YouTube backend only updates, I guess, every 24 to 72 hours, which kind of sucks. For Instagram, this is an actual bug and that we're getting the wrong scripts. So I'm just going to ask it, yeah, let me know how we can fix the Instagram reporting aspect of this automation. I can already tell this is one of those projects that's just not going to be worth doing and like really fleshing out because we have that YouTube lag delay, which is a big deal. We can't connect TikTok. We can't connect Upwork. At that point, I might as well just go to each separate platform and check like that, or find a different solution which somebody already built, which might be able to combine all these things. Probably not going to exist, but at that point, yeah, just check every dashboard manually. There's no reason to, have this just as it is, not perfect. Okay, so it's saying we have to get a new token for something else, enable these permissions, and then paste it here for Claude to update. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm here, it took us right away here. The permissions it wants to add are, can I search it up? Instagram basic. I'm just not seeing that pop up here. Let's screenshot and ask. Nothing's popping up here when I search up the permission scope, so I'm a bit confused. Okay, so it says the app doesn't have the Graph API product enabled. We have to go to My Apps, select Variant AI, then look for Add Product, find the Instagram Graph API and click Setup. And then we'll go back here and try again. So back to My Apps. Go to Variant AI. I believe we just click on this. We're going to go to Add Product. I'm not sure where exactly that is. In the left sidebar, they say, but I'm not seeing it here. So I'm not seeing the Add Product here on the left sidebar. Let me know what to do. And then we wait again and just see what it does. So they replace Add Product with Use Cases. We'll go to Use Cases and then add a use case. And then we'll find, I see, Analyze Instagram Performance or something like that. So back in Use Cases here. We're going to go to Add Use Cases. And I'm not seeing anything here. So I really don't know. Measure ad performance, create and manage ads, capture and manage ad leads, app ads, Threads API, advertise your app, products, engage, share, access live video, Threads, manage everything, engagement with meta app events. So I'm going to take a picture of this and say that this is the closest one I've found. The engage with meta app events on the bottom here is the closest scope I found to being likely to being what we're looking for. I already added the Instagram API. It might also be possible that you added the wrong item from the Instagram API because the app should already have access to that. Let's see what it says. Yeah, so it looks like it doesn't have the option here. So the dashboard is basically complete. Could you open the dashboard for me? Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to get any further here. You will occasionally have these sort of limitations where you're just not going to be able to build what you want to build, not because of Claude, but because of API limitations. So yeah, this is a project that I'm not going to continue. What is this log feature? Entry log, just made a new page for no reason. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so Upwork, no API, we couldn't do that. YouTube, there is an API, but it's just not great. In fact, it's not even showing up. I need to sync socials every time. Okay. TikTok API is a headache and a half to do. And Instagram doesn't seem like it'll work. So that's unfortunate, but that's just the name of the game sometimes. we can't always do what we want with Claude Code. Yeah, that's going to be this video. I know it's a bit of a bummer, but that's just the truth of the matter. Yeah, subscribe, like, if you want to work with me. Hit the link down below to look at my site and schedule a call. And yeah, let's talk more sometime later.